For several hours, all you know is mist. It cascades across your vision. It undulates throughout. It ebbs, it flows, it comes and goes. It is everything for 7 hours.
Does this blasted mist ever end?
Eventually.
The ground beneath you shifts from hard to soft to spongy to soft to hard. It continuously seems as if you are forever trudging through a myriad of landscapes with nothing but the glow of Elise ahead of you to guide your path. Like following a will-o-wisp through an ancient forest, you stick to that continued path until, having used another scroll, I assume, to deal with the...
I'll use one mine.
Okay, that does take 7 hours to get through the mist.
There'll be a second scroll.
Yes. Before you see anything, the mists are still everywhere around you, but you begin to hear this song on the air, as if a bird or multiple birds were singing, but it's not the normal cheerful twitter of forest birds or songbirds. It is a long, mournful wail, almost as if a spirit were to possess a bird and feel so uncomfortable by the confines of the feathers and bones that it had nothing to do but scream in anguish. And even that scream were to be twisted into that of what a bird call could sound like. It is something not of any material world that you have ever heard before. It is nothing that could potentially be imitated. It is just this wailing call. And that soon follows with further echoing distant wolf howls that punctuate this bird call, this almost wailing groan that continually keeps the air petrified, as if everything is so scared to move away from the sound.
Does this sound like something that is going to perpetuate against us or consume us?
You don't...
Something that barbaric talents might be countering against?
You don't feel as such at the moment. Like, it doesn't feel like it has any... Yeah, it doesn't feel like it has any power, although I will note that you are keeping an ear out for that. But it is just this continuous movement of music. It is sad. It is gleeful. It is enraptured. It's altogether different from what Strahd was playing on his organ. This is a symphony of sorrow mixed with happiness, and it cannot seem to decide which of those two it wants to be as it transposes to minor, to major. It changes keys continuously, ever flowing in many different directions, and the wind moves with it. The trees rustle and the grass moves, and even your footfalls seem to add like a beat, and the song seems to morph to adjust to your own movements, and even your heartbeat that throbs in your chest seems to add to this cacophony of musical mayhem. It is a melodious melody, and it is everywhere as the mists part and trees and open fields, distant mountains, and a road appear before you. You seem to have arrived in Kartukas.
I have not been here before, but I know that we need to get away from the edges where the mists accumulate. So let's continue down this path, and if it's anything like the other places I have been in Ravenloft, we need to make sure that we stay on the road and keep an eye out for things we may not expect.
Can we review exactly what Count Strahd said about this lady?
Yes, Stella, yeah.
Yes.
She's a singer.
Like where she was, where she gone to?
Auburn-haired woman of great beauty.
Did he say anything at all about where she was other than Imaria?
Do I know anything just from being in Barovia? Do I know anything about Kartukas?
You might. Give me a history check.
I will try that.
And while you roll that,
Yes.
all he told us is that his reach cannot go into this place and he cannot find her from within.
26.
26. You know lots about Cardacass. You know that it has no unifying government. Each settlement is governed by a Meister Singer, who is acknowledged as the mayor and embodiment of local art. Meister Singers maintain creative rivalries with each other, largely for show. Settlements pride themselves on performative traditions, such as distinct dress or song stylings. Wolves roam the land freely. Few venture outside during the full moon as they fear of werewolves. And a sourceless song whispers through the mystical Wildersung wood, always fading before it ends. Though no one knows its conclusion, all Carticans know the beginning. And you find it kind of matches the music you're currently hearing with its sing of the trees, give voice to the breeze, and stave off the bloom of doom. While the wise sing their song, guilty necks stretch long, and the music fades.
Shine. We have those lyrics again. Actually, you send them to me. I'll them from time to time.
Oh, okay.
So I take it this place is maybe the Cartagins is where it's a little chilly.
It's like a
Terrible.
Oh, I see.
What you say? I meant to. All right, let's try just a little chilly. So they just have like probably a deep V-necked button sweater that helps keep them warm. If your face post smell, I'm
So glad Lord Melf is with us. I am enjoying oil patterns so much.
It is mostly rolling plains by the looks of things. You can see that you can hear the sounds of lakes, and even the waves lapping at the shore kind of has a musical quality to it. But despite everything feeling like music itself is manifesting physicality of this place, it's never peaceful music. It's always just on edge. It's haunting. It's dissonant. Like it never really seems to it's like if you had music that continually rises and rises, and every time it falls, it's never a proper cadence, and it just keeps rising. It never resolves, and it's just this constant tension that ebbs and flows but never goes.
still the dear feeling. Don't
I'll just continue to walk.
Are you going to start following the road now?
I figured
Yes,
I'll
I've
do it
never
more than anything else.
sorry, the place I do not,
A long, long way to go.
especially. So I know that there are like where we have to take.
Don't slip it. Sorry.
Copyright. You know that werewolves exist.
Well, they exist in Barovia.
In Barovia, at least, yes.
But I know that there's like, I can extrapolate that. I know that this place is filled with wolves. If I know about the moon, that people don't like to go out in the full moon, I can pretty much tell you that that is the way it is in Barovia in certain areas as well. So it's not hard to put together that there would be some here.
I've killed a number of foe lycanthropes. I have a silvered bow, as well as spells. We can fell them.
But I know nothing about the music really, except for what you described.
Right. You know, it's a land of music. The leaders are Meister Singers, and they're always competing over songs. As you make your way along the road, the mists kind of begin to fade into the background. They're always there, just at the edge, but they stop surrounding you entirely. It's actually a nice respite after 7 hours of traversing through solid mists to have ground beneath your feet, grass tussling into you, a nice breeze. If only you could stop the blasted music that is constantly following you everywhere you go. But the further away from the forest you go, the dimmer and dimmer the song becomes. It never goes away, but it becomes more of a low kind of constant companion rather than a
Could I fife, or could I hum to try and counter it, just so we have peace from it?
yeah.
I'll even try to go with the melody of it a little bit, but then try to like take its notes and smooth the edges of it.
Right, give me a perception check.
Perception?
Or sorry, performance.
All right. Okay. That's my very good skill, luckily for me.
I get a plus 20 to it.
Wow.
Because I guess
charisma.
so 22.
22. Well done.
That could have been much more Merrick. 22.
22 is fine. You're adding the 5/1 cadences where they should go to help the song resolve and remove some of the tension and the edge from from the music. And eventually it becomes just sort of off in the distance. Again, you can still hear it, but it's much less overbearing to you. As you travel along the road, though, you start to hear another song, as this one coming from up ahead on the road, and you can see a couple of travelers making their way down the road, similar direction to you, although they're traveling at a much more leisurely pace. They don't seem to be in any rush or moving with any kind of purpose. They're just relaxing. You can start to hear the sounds of instruments and voices.
Can I tell by the way that they walk that
they seem to be
women's man, no time to talk?
No, they seem to be human, and you kind of would catch maybe a couple of different types of folk.
Any of them look like a weave master?
No.
Just checking.
But you do begin to hear the music echo its way, almost like they're far enough away that you feel like you shouldn't be able to hear as clearly the songs that they are singing, and yet the wind seems to carry it down to you.
It definitely sounds like it's coming from their voices.
It does.
People, and is one of them a woman's voice?
Yes. Although there's also many voices. Like it's not just one.
Like a choir, or they just
it's like
or is it like
a chord.
row you broke
Come little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of shadows.
I believe that the words in this song, that one that can't be finished, states about how we must sing to stave off the bloom. Guilty necks stretch long. The wise sing the song. I believe we must continue to either embrace this music or sing it to stave off any curse that could be in this land.
Guilty neck stretch long sounds like somebody hanging.
Yes. Sing of trees, give voice to the breeze, or stave off gloom or doom. While the wise sing their song, guiltiness stress long, and silence consumes. I'm trying to think of how to end this.
Question. Does it say it sing this song or sing their song? So it could be, they talked about the Meisters. It could just be you have to sing.
If you don't sing, then you will be killed.
Perhaps this is considered the politeness factor.
Or a command, and you're a traitor for not doing what's commanded you by the...
Follow, sweet children, I'll show thee the way through all the pain and the sorrows. Weep not, poor children, for life is this way, murdering beauty and passion.
Careful stuff.
This woman was stolen.
You're the one, there is no other.
That's some sort of his place. She is a singer.
Yep.
I could do this.
I recorded that, by the way.
Good call.
Yeah, I mean, this might be her. Can we see it?
Well, at this point, I think if you've continued moving,
I'm thinking that if they are trying to be, in competition with each other, who has the best singers.
Right.
They are trying to get everybody to sing, and she is a beautiful singer. And so we need to find the best singer, and we will probably find her.
So
getting her away is going to be hard because they want to keep her.
As you make your way down the road towards these individuals, you find a quartet of folk very well dressed in immaculate sort of presentation, entertainers' clothes. They definitely look like bards or troubadours or skalds or some variation of the kind. They're not dressed in a way that you would recognize necessarily as entertainers because it's some of a foreign garb, but the way they are dressed would give off the impression that they are entertainers. And as you begin to make your way up closer, they do the song they are singing slowly kind of dies as they turn and say, interesting garb you all wear. Are you an acting troupe then?
We're more like a band of unintentional comedians.
A motley crew, would some say.
Yeah.
This is the lowest form of entertainment, they say. Are you perhaps also heading to Scald?
Is Skull where this road leads?
Indeed it is. We're off on our way to the old Cardigan Inn. I understand they have the newest sensation. Nostalgia is performing there.
That's what we heard as well. In fact, that's where we're going, to see this wonderful new sensation.
Oh, marvelous. Can you all sing? We've been lacking a baritone, and we could really use something to really throw in.
Yes.
That's
not exactly fair.
Right. I mean, I would make a quick adjustment and
It might actually. I would like to insight and see if this is something. I have a feeling that maybe putting together that this woman was stolen, that if you do have a good voice, you may not be able to leak. And so I would like to see if they are trying to trap people into singing and maybe identify very good singers.
Can you make an insight?
Yes.
a good idea. I should shut my mouth there.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm rolling very well on these phone brain die.
you rolled a 20 and 219.
Listen, everybody,
Give it all your luck to Luke.
except
Yours is broken.
Okay. I think you're getting a couple of things. They do seem trepidatious of newcomers, and it seems like they might be trying to break the ice, trying to be welcoming because they're traveling and they don't want to get mugged.
they're troopers.
But they're troopers. But you also there's a little bit of something behind their smile, behind their eyes, and you get the feeling that they're kind of they might be going to Skald in order to showcase their skills. And if you're also going to Skald and you know how to sing, you may also be trying to showcase it. Thus, you are rivals to them.
Oh, okay. That's the opposite way I was thinking. But that's good.
Sing a song.
That's good.
So they might consider you a threat to their success.
If we were good.
Yes,
We were good.
I just wanted to check. I'm a Vistani. I understand how this goes. So I will. No, not right in front of them. I'm I forgot our tattoos.
Oh, yes. So we have tattoos.
We have our tattoos.
The Sunny Bastion.
Yeah, that we can talk to each other from far away, but we're all right there and they're right in front of us, and that's rude. So I will just be don't sing well. That's in your.
I hear the message.
I heard that.
Yeah, do not. Don't.
Yeah.
It's quietly in your ear.
Yeah.
I will just say try to hand you something or something like that. Don't sing well. And I specifically look at you because you are an excellent singer. So
Lolo doesn't even need to ask why, because we've been working playing this long enough now that he would just be fair enough.
I was doing my little illusionary adjustment anyway. We'll just auto turn in really too far.
He opens his mouth and
I gotta work on that. Yeah. I gotta work on that. Sorry.
I'll say I'm more of a dancer, and I'll strike a couple, blade singing dance moves.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to make you make a check, but if they're blade singing, I think that's fair.
Just like a cock.
And you see sort of a more genuine smile, oh, interesting. We should work on something together. Come, let us journey as a group. There's safety in numbers, and wolves abound, as you know. Let us go to Skald together, and maybe we can work on some sort of dance to go alongside our
I
creation.
think wolves lope more than bound, but I understand your meaning. Let us go.
Yes. Hush now, dear children, it must be this way, till we weary of doing this and shows us. Rest now, my children, for soon we'll away. Into the golden shadow.
I'll certainly.
How was that, right?
Very good, man.
That was really hard to do, actually.
beautiful singing voice.
So good.
I will definitely strike strike up a casual conversation. Do you have representation? Do you have any other thoughts? Like it's a good.
Well, so as it happens, we're hoping to get recognized by the great musical agent Harkon Lucas.
Oh,
see,
Harkon Lucas. Okay.
It says that if he can catch you, if you can catch his eye, you can catch the eyes of everybody.
Oh,
You do.
yes.
Shall I elaborate?
Please do.
There was a Harkon Lucas in Cormyr several hundred years ago. He was a famed bard known throughout the nation. He was so famous that he was actually considered a threat to the government, and the Cormyr nation tried to shut him down. No one really knows what happened to him. He kind of just up and vanished at one point.
Well,
Imagine that.
Mystery solved.
I would not consider him a good man. Just saying.
Does your little quartet here? You got a name?
Oh, well, we have a couple of ideas. The one you're talking kind of leans and he's like, as it stands, though, I'm kind of hoping I can do a solo career. These guys are really dragging me down.
Fair, of course. I totally understand how that is.
And such go
The
to
letters of your names, maybe you could arrange them in such a way as to make some sort of fun acronym.
Gurk. That's got a catch to it, I
The
suppose.
Gurk Quartet.
Yeah,
Legurk.
Legurk.
You would Legurk.
Or Krill.
Make your way
Legurk Krill.
down the street.
Say freak. Legurk.
Eventually, you do find a signpost that identifies this as the Road of Harmony. And it points just up ahead is the city of Skald. As you get closer, you do begin to see posters emblazoned upon certain posts of the road, the signposts and that. And it is an advertisement now performing at the Old Kachkin Inn, the newest sensation, the great melodic voice, Nostalgia. And you see a nice sketch of a strikingly beautiful woman.
I'll fall on the sword for this one, friends.
I'll remove one of the posters.
Yes.
Tuck it away. Yeah.
Yeah, tuck it away so we...
Okay, so have you seen this one?
Yeah, look. It cost me 50 gold.
Aladdin's taking her away. What's going on? All right.
Eventually, the city of Skald does come into view. It is a quaint place. It is very medieval in its appearance. It has a lot of those the white buildings with the wooden yeah, and the slanted roofs, and there's lots of nice shrubberies, and the gardens are quite picturesque. Shrubberies, it's quite picturesque. The gardening is very nice. Flowers bloom everywhere, and colors are all over the place. It is crazy almost to think that this place exists in the same demiplane as Barovia, because it is as beautiful as could ever possibly be in comparison to the dreariness that is that place. The music is still just as loud here, different entirely from the woods, although no different in its melodic quality. There's still no joyful music. There's no fanfare music, but it is beautifully haunting as people on the street corners are strumming their instruments, playing violins, and you see buskers and singers in every which way. And you also see many people, trying to sell bright clothing and new forms of attire. And you can see that there are some people who are doing like sort of fashion displays, trying to get other people. But you are all the seasoned adventurers, and you've been to many cities. As you look at this, the deeper you get, the more you feel like this is a veneer over top of everything. As you pass a couple of alleys and you can see people like hyping themselves up, and you can see them like drinking heavily from goblets of unnamed substances with other people kind of looking on. You see other folk who are talking to up and coming folk, and you can see they're dressed very much like rich individuals, and they're holding out contracts, and they're whispering sweet things into their ears, and you start to kind of get a bit more of a view of what this place might be like the harder you look at it.
Lol, mouse Mercs. don't drink the water.
Scold is where the hottest decks are.
I mean, yes.
Jesus.
I'm so glad we felt.
Oh, God. I just got
Yeah. Been biting my tongue for like 5 minutes.
Moment.
That was one of the steamiest puns.
It's the dick jokes, the D jokes.
You know,
You win. You
credit where credit's due. If it took me that long to get it, that's good. That's a good one. Do it.
All right.
But eventually, you do arrive at a pretty bare bones looking tavern. And the signpost outside says the Old Cartican Inn and Taverna. And you can hear music emanating from within. Your troop is very excited and they just barrel on in. But you are on the streets outside the beer.
Shall we?
You hear like screams and like a boot comes flying out, or the fret of a boot or something.
No, but you do hear a sort of a violin sound, a very haunting, smooth violin sound.
I think we should get the sound of violence.
It's not the. I'm just saying, it's not the first building site mimic.
So much ambition.
I think we should get good seats, but before we do that, can we circumnavigate this building to see where all the exterior doors and windows are?
Sounds like a good idea, Al.
From the outside?
That was going to be my suggestion as well. As I also wanted to know, walking into the town, I don't know why I'm so focused on the long next thing, but is there punishment happening in the square or anything like that?
Doesn't seem like it.
Indication of what that.
The only punishment you see are people who seem to have lost everything, attempting to scramble and scrape for whatever they can get, singing their heart out, and everyone walking by ignoring them blatantly.
What?
Apparently you're shunned if you fail in a test of...
And the people singing their hearts out, do they sound good?
They sound mediocre.
Oh,
They're okay. Okay, so our route here was fairly clear. Do we think, as we walk around the outside of the inn, that we can readily find our way back along the same road?
Yes, it is a pretty straight road. Well, not straight, like it's wide. It's pretty much a clear straight. It's a clear shot. It's direct. Yeah.
Were there doors or any other entrances, like a back door or windows that?
There are windows, but there is like a staff entrance, like at the back. But there is also the main entrance as well.
But nothing that would indicate like a green room or something like that.
Well, you would assume that would be the back area.
Because I'm wondering if we should try to stop her from going on stage.
And there is indeed a large, muscular individual guarding that particular entrance.
Should I answer?
Yeah, you should.
I'm serious. I say yes. Why not? No?
so what's our plan? Go in?
I'm thinking go in the staff door.
Look, we're not staff. It would be too suspicious if we come out from behind the scenes.
I don't mind going in the front and at least scouting things out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying we can do a split if we want here. I mean, I'm just saying.
Why are you trying to split the party?
Well, because we got these tattoos.
This is a good point. However,
I do not
This
think I
isn't
mix
like a
in really well
build-
with this crowd, so perhaps me being in front would be wise anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
I just don't think any of us should be outside of my influence when it comes to music.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
It is also true.
I'm sensing a lot of enchantment in this place, even though I don't quite detect it yet. I just have a feeling that if you're not within my hearing range,
I like being close to you. I'm just saying, you know.
well, hello, Mary.
So yeah, no, good point. I was just figuring we might want to at least look in the main. You know, she could be on stage right now for all we know.
Let's find out.
We don't have a lot of information.
Okay.
Right. You open the doors to the Old Cartican Inn and are presented with a really kind of almost run down establishment. Like it's fine. It looks okay, but it definitely isn't the glamour that you were kind of expecting for what everybody was talking about and the posters lined up everywhere. It's a serviceable place. It seems to be rustic in its presentation, which matches the decor and the architecture around. And there is a nice roaring hearth of a flame. There are tables with people seated at them, waitresses and waiters going around and serving them. And there is beams that go across with chandeliers that brightly illuminate the whole place. But a good third of this building is taken up by a stage at the far end, where you can see a strikingly beautiful woman with almost snow white skin and a long black dress with crimson accents and fur draped along the edges, wearing a necklace with sort of what looks like a canine tooth that's been kind of gilded in gold around her neck. And next to her on stage, holding onto a really nice crafted violin, is a dark-skinned man with a full beard and black hair running down, a wide-brimmed hat, a bright green sort of leather jacket over top of his very low-cut V-neck, long, very travel-worn gray pants and high, flashy boots. He also has what appears to be a sort of wolf medallion around his neck, and he is also sporting a monocle on one eye. They're both currently engaged in a performance that seems to have created this almost hush, and even the music that seems perfect outside, as soon as you step into this inn, you can't even hear the other music around. And it's as if the flames are moving themselves out of the candles and the torches to try to get closer to the music, as if everyone's drinks are kind of sloshing in the direction towards the music, as if the dust is rolling its way towards them, as if the wind is moving in through the door and up to the stage just to get closer to the beautiful melody as the woman's lips are opened and this song emanates forth. Well, what is this that I can't see, with ice cold hands taking over me? When the gods are gone and the devils take hold, who will have mercy on my soul? And the man moves in as he then begins to add his own smooth voice. Oh, I am death, and none can tell if I open the door to heaven or hell. No wealth, no land, no silver, not gold. Nothing satisfies me but your soul. Oh death, consider my age. Please don't take me at this stage. I'm death, and I come to claim your soul. Leave the body and leave it cold. Oh death, won't you spare me over till another year? And there is a howl that erupts from the audience as all sound is blocked out by the uproar.
We'll just like very long last scroll. Is this singer the female?
Absolutely.
It is. Thank you. That's
Divine sense.
Oh, interesting. As you tap into your divine power, all the lights roar, all the flames explode up on a bonfire level, shadows loom, and you feel like this howling torrential wind whip through the tavern, and you feel like wherever you are, the air, the ground, the walls, every piece of where you are did not enjoy that. But you were not detecting anything untoward.
was that noticeable to?
Oh, yes, very much so.
I thought so.
They kind of like the uproar kind of like stops mid as everyone looks around, and the man on the stage kind of peers out as well and he says, "Aha! Well, if it isn't the famous Elminster Olmar of Shadowdale, give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else."
Actually, it's a stunt double.
Ah, well,
For those who may not know, this is a man of great fame from a land far away from here. There are countless ballads and songs that describe his might and who he is. And as a special treat for our special guest, I shall now perform one of the ones that has near and dear to my heart. Hold there, wanderers, and stay thy course. He's an old man, but he's hung like a horse. And the woman goes, perhaps we don't need to serenade them. I'm sure he's heard them all. And upon which he says, well, I told you about You're right. Please, sir, join us, won't you?
So wait a second. I just saw him like basically go into like.
Yeah, now I don't feel bad about splitting this couple up, is all I'm saying.
Interesting. All right, I have an angle.
Is he gesturing that I could?
Hey, just you come in and join.
Okay.
Join others.
Is this your bard friend, the old guy from a while ago?
I've never seen this man before. If he is a wire kid.
Can you run interference for me and give me some time with the lady?
He has so many times before.
That's not what I mean. Just let me do my job. Sure.
So I come up on stage. Okay. And you seem to know my name. What is your name?
I am the great and famous Harkon Lucas, at your service. And everyone's kind of like, oh yeah, I know that guy. It's like, yes, the great and famous Harkon Lucas.
Well, I'll get some applause in on that.
Laugh box.
Go sounding.
Yes, of course. Thank you for joining me, Sir Elminster of Shadowdale. Please, regale us. You must know a song or two.
I do, but I'm not sure you want to hear it.
Listen, and he kind of wraps his arm around you, and you get this whiff of cologne that's far too strong as he wraps around you. I'm something of an agent here, a big deal. Come with me. I can help you become even greater. The world of music is mine, as the world of magery is yours. And I can tell you, with me by your side, there is no limit to the depths of fame you can reach. Just ask Nostalgia here. When I met her, she was but a beggar on the street, but I recognized her voice, her beauty, and now she is with us, and she is of great glory. You've seen the posters.
Inside.
Yes.
And he says beggar on the street.
You gotta admit, I mean, like, almost no one knows who you are. It could be kind of nice if, you
Might be their shot.
Yeah, this could be a big chance.
Well,
He seems to be telling the truth as far as you can tell.
What is she doing? Nostalgia.
She's sort of just standing there, like fiddling with her hands, and like kind of not really sure what to do. It wasn't expected. She seems like she's a little off put by all of this commotion.
There is a thing that us ladies have. It's called the eyes. So I'm going to give her the eyes, which is basically now does she do a
To
so this is the code.
no, I understand the code of the eyes. I'm like, wait,
I'm doing it to her.
or Elm.
I'm doing it to her. No, about
lip?
Harkon.
Well, Harkon,
Like,
yeah.
do you need help? And if she does this, it's I need help. And if it's
Give me
this,
an
it's
insight check, but I'll give you advantage because it's the eyes. It's the eyes.
the eyes. Every woman knows this. If you don't, another. Whoa, this purple one is in the third 19. And Rowan, I will say that I am going to see 22 worth of insight.
She does
That I her.
little nervous. You get the feeling that what he's saying is true, but she also just seems really uncomfortable
With him.
with him. Yeah.
Like she needs help. She needs me to be like, oh,
Maybe she doesn't.
my old friend. I have not seen you in so long.
And Harkon kind of like, do you know this one? Is she as beautiful a voice as your own?
No.
Friend of Elminster, yes, right. Well,
We just met outside.
just the crowd.
Sure, I'm friends with everybody.
I must attend to business, my admiring public. When he was like, yeah. It's like, yes, my admiring public.
I believe we have some other troubadours who have seek to entertain you. I believe we'll have them come up on the stage whilst I deal with some business on the side. Sound good? And everyone's like,
I'll do the roll in from a nice tail.
Meanwhile, I'll say to her very loudly, let's catch up and have a drink. And
come with me to my private room.
Is he sweeping everybody off, including her? Or
He's sweeping everyone off the stage too, and it's not. I mean, he says it's a private room. It's like a gated off area.
Got it.
Yeah, it's.
does he allow me to take her to the bar?
In fact,
And
He's gesturing for you to come with him with her.
when I see she's pulling weight, and he says, "Come that way," I will interpose myself there and stop. See and go. That was really amazing. I've been working on some performance, and I was hoping that you could maybe give me a tip. He was playing the lute, or?
Yes, the violin.
Oh, violin. I was wondering, but like some of I'm not sure I'm able to get the bowing. I noticed how you were doing the bowing on that.
You see, there's a trick to it. You have to treat the violin as you would a lady.
Wait.
So you will start to
Dirtiest violin.
the absolute music band geek nerdiest conversation about violins.
Fantastic.
So he's completely.
So
I'm gonna get Melf to maybe do a. This isn't really a charisma check.
Oh, good.
Because you're not really. You're more like using the fact that you're kind of not knowledgeable on something. You're kind of just letting him do the talking. I would say this is maybe a
Performance? Persuasion?
I'm thinking it's kind of a performance.
Okay.
That's my charisma check.
But I would.
I gotta find that.
But I would say you could use your intelligence for it
Oh,
because you're doing it tactfully.
okay. All right. So that's
You're not eloquently trying to get his attention. You're just like.
all right. That's a 26.
Okay. He is so distracted as he's continuing to do. But I will say, with your perception, you do, as he's having this conversation, every couple of seconds, his eyes just kind of do that as he looks over where Nostalgia is, and he just currently does things.
I'm going to go up to Nostalgia.
well, I mean, yeah.
As you're talking to her, I'm just going to go up to her. I'm just going to reach for her hand and be like, brilliant performance. The shy.
Thank you.
When she grabs my hand, suspend.
Okay. And are you including any of your party?
Nobody but her.
Okay. What sorcery is
This
this?
might come across as a bit alarming, but I find you intoxicating, and I can save you from him. I'm an agent from another land. I could bring you back.
You can't help me.
I can.
No, you can't. Trust me. You need to get out of here.
No, you do not know who we are. You must trust me. We are here to rescue you.
Rescue me.
Yes.
Why?
To get you out of this trap.
But why would you do something for me like that? I don't even know who you are.
Do you find yourself trapped no matter where you go?
I have lived my life in squalor, and Harkon has given me a chance to have a better life. Who are you?
What about Strahd?
Who's that? What is happening?
Do you want freedom? A better life, perhaps?
I'm working towards that.
I can help you do that. You must trust me, though. I cannot hold this for long.
I don't. And then the grayness fades.
I step between him and her. So if he looks at her, he cannot see her because I'm there and I'm just looking at his face as if I'm really interested and I'm gathering my psionics.
Well, he looks over and he's like, "Oh, I've got Elminster on the hook. Okay, well, you see."
When we get out of suspend, I'd like to use Amberfang
Okay.
to... Sorry. I want to use the power of the blade to persuade her, and I'll use calm emotions, the cantrip.
Mhm.
I'll calm her emotions so that she's more relaxed in the situation, almost like the kiss to the hand, like just totally fills her out. And I want to persuade her to consider coming with us, regardless of consequence.
Give me persuasion.
Persuade her that we are safe and a better option for her future.
Give me a persuasion check.
And with Amberfang, I'll get the advantage on this roll. That's not too bad. 24.
Okay. Listen, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but
Is that a failure?
no, I
Just
it's
hear-
not a failure.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you're trying to do. Really, I do, but you don't understand. I can't just leave. I have... And because you did succeed, and she's not... She seems like she's leaning towards like she'd like to go with you, but something's holding her back.
I'm looking at her necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she also kind of looks down at it momentarily as she continues to speak to you. There are things that you do not understand.
It would be a shame if you had to lose things outside of your own volition.
But you're psychic because I think it is right. This is what I was planning.
Perhaps
Planning
you and I are
on him.
well-traveled companions that we understand how to work together.
Mhm.
It would be a shame if certain objects were lost.
At the same time, I'm whispering into my tattoo. We've had previous times where we have an amulet has disappeared without us really understanding the consequences to the person wearing it.
This is what I'm thinking of. And so I can say in the tattoo just so everybody can hear it without everybody else hearing it. My concern is maybe this is staving off some sort of thing that might happen to them.
Agreed. We must investigate a little
Right.
further.
Every-
So I don't want to just
Right.
make them lose it.
You're right.
Keep talking. I'll say, so while they're continuing
I'll
with
whisper in the tattoo mouth to keep them busy.
while they're continuing with their thing, I'm going to do, I don't know if I could do with a detect magic, if I could brush up against it with an identify, because if I could use sleight of hand to
I'd say that's a sleight of hand.
yeah, I could do that.
I'm going to try to say, how about pairing your playing with some like spinning kicks or something like that while you're playing for a little bit more of theatrics.
It would be difficult to play the violin whilst doing such things, but not for all our Canucks, of course.
I'll lean back and say, you have no idea the talents of this elf here.
Really? See,
His skills are beyond anything you've ever seen. Behold, everyone,
you have an agent.
the skill.
Well,
Oh,
that's is it? So,
In case you need to do the dance.
my friend Merrick's has been talking to me about it, but I'm not sure. Do you have something that you could offer that would be better than
As it happens, I do. I run my own company out of this out of this establishment. Freudian slippage. And, I'm always looking for new talent. Perhaps you could give us a show alongside these folks here that are beginning their shoot.
23. If that's a failure, I can boost it.
I think a 23 will do. She's not really paying that much attention.
And I'm just,
Are you trying to make this subtle to everyone or just her?
that's the idea. Is I'm trying to make it subtle. I'm boosting it to a 30 if that is going to be better.
If you're trying to
Yeah.
sleight of hand to everyone in this establishment, you will need that as a failure.
All right, I'll make it a 30.
There we go. Okay. Identify. This is it is an amulet that
I'll say it.
I'm going to guess what it does.
Yeah.
It staves off lycanthropy if you
That
turn
is what
into a werewolf.
That is what my fear is why I did not take it off.
Or vice versa. That's
it causes lycanthropy,
Oh.
but it is cursed and cannot be removed.
If
only we had a
If only we had somebody who may be able to automatically cause somebody to lose their attunement to an item and lose it. And so I would like.
Subtle.
Oh no! It will be distracting, and they won't notice because trust me, it's about to hurt them.
Personally, I would like to see how Melf is going to.
also should you before
I did give you a 28 of bardic inspiration, my friend.
All right.
just before we change subjects though. So causes lycanthropy is cursed. Anything else?
It gives him +1 to all saves.
+1 to all saves. Okay.
Then
All right.
any AC.
Sorry. Just wanted to make sure we had it fully.
It's an amulet of protection with a curse.
I'll get out my slide whistle.
Just like you see Harkon just kind of like,
I'll try to incorporate some like kata moves from Blade Sea along with the slide whistle and see how that turns out. Let's see how it goes. Actually, pretty good. That's 21 plus 5, 26.
Okay.
Nice.
You are treated to quite a brilliant performance by Melf as he does his blade singing and introduces. Tries to. The main trick here is keeping it to the beat. You can blade sing no problem, but it's doing it in a flowing way that matches the music. And Harkon, he's looking, watching. You see like dollar signs flashing in his eye. It's like
I'm like the Ian Anderson of slide rolls. Slide rolls.
it's a slide roll and slide win. It's multi perfect.
Exactly right, because I got the intel.
You know, wait, you done something on the slide roll. So yes, you give this beautiful, and the troop on stage are like, just like we practiced, and you know, it's this wonderful, and you see the crowds like really digging it. And for a moment, Harkon looks at the crowd and their adoration of you and the stage, and he looks back at you again. You just see like his eyes darken. He's just like, yes. He looks at the crowd. He looks at you. Looks at the crowd. Looks at you. Yes.
That's a very covetous look. I was a little uncomfortable.
I'll certainly share that information about the amulet through the tattoo, just saying, because lycanthropy is cursed, but does not appear to be any danger to her to remove it.
Do elves have chitlins? Because he wants...
If she loses commitment to it, she can take it off, right?
That's how curses work, yeah.
Yes, so this is what I will...
She can't unattune to it, but if it got unattuned from her, then it would remove the curse. You also do have a remove curse spell. Just to say.
Yes.
But yes, I think this is a far more likely to work.
I don't know if the remove curse will work. I need those for him. And this is something that is not a spell.
Right.
And I need to save those.
Right.
So I'm going to do what I need to do here. And I have not done it before, but I know I've practiced a little bit. And so... this is what's going to happen. I am going to evil eye her and curse her. And what I'm going to do is I want her to lose the necklace, but in the part of this property that I have studied it, I can actually add onto it a magic bane. So from deep inside my heart, I am going to magic bane the item, which is going to have her lose her attunement to the necklace, and then hopefully it will fall off and be lost. That is the suggested small item.
Following the two, basically.
It's the same
feature, yeah.
The same feature. It's evil eye. It's the 5th and 8th level version of. And so I'm suggesting to you that that is the small item I would think is appropriate to be lost.
Makes sense to me.
But with the 8th, the attunement goes away anyway. And as I do this, I grab my head and I start to scream in pain. And I don't know if it's the music, and I point to the stage, my ears. And it's actually kind of real because I take 5d6 damage as I do this, as I draw this power from my heart.
So you would all see Elise just start to like have this sort of freak out, and I would say maybe like a nosebleed, kind of blood begin to kind of come down out of her nostrils, which does kind of take the whole thing away from the stage. And Harkon kind of looks over, like what? And we'll see how bad it is.
It is.
Did you tell us you were trying
29 points of damage that I take as I scream in pain, fall to the ground and cause a distraction, at least, hopefully. But that hurts.
Well, that is the question.
I've got her hand. I see the necklace fall.
But that is the question. Did you, I don't recall if you did, tell the party you were going to cause a distraction and remove the necklace? I think you just said you were going to get rid of it.
No, I did not say.
So she seems to be afflicted with something as she just screams in pain.
I'm gonna kind of leap off the stage and try to like swing my spear around and keep people away from her and look for anyone coming with threatening manner.
You don't see anyone coming in a threatening manner. More like what's going on?
Okay, so that's that.
These migraines. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. There's sometimes, certain frequencies of music just trigger something. I'm okay.
Sorry.
I'm okay, everybody.
So when Melf jumps up front, what do we do? What do you do?
So, still having at least had the basic element of a plan here and seeing Melf jumping to take care of her, I would be wanting to keep a very close eye on her watch for the amulet, and if it falls, try and pop it. If it doesn't fall, at least I'm watching her. Does she seem to have a moment of recognition? Does she just lose it and not know what happened?
It does seem to just kind of like drop, and she doesn't even seem to realize it's happening.
And so that's what I'm saying is, if it drops, I'm definitely going to, I can mage hand or whatever, but I'm going to quickly, let's get that off the floor and out of play.
Okay. Give me sleight of hand.
Sure.
And what is Elminster doing?
He's watching the guy.
Harkon?
Mm-hmm.
Harkon is currently also paying attention to Elise. He's like, what's going on?
When the amulet falls from her, does his change in any way? Does his face change in any way?
His amulet doesn't change, but what did you get?
29.
29.
If it's failure, I can boost.
No, that's a success. He doesn't see you pick up the amulet. He did notice it drop. He seems to have been really keeping his eye on that, or perhaps something else alerted him to it. And you kind of see his eyes, his pupils kind of dilate ever so slightly, and it's kind of like. And Lovold, you have Mystalia.
I have her hand, right? I don't think I would have been understanding enough that this was an act yet, so I wasn't paying attention to the amulet the way they've got that connection. I think my reaction is when she starts screaming, his first thought was that something in the area is affecting her, so his first thought would be to kind of wrap Mystalia in protection and look over at the stage to see if something had happened there based on other performances that have gone awry.
So on the stage, you see...
I see Malfoy leap off. And
you see with Malfoy Bob, you see the performers kind of just like a mixture of surprise on what's going on and annoyance at having their moment being interrupted. And you see some of them are like less surprised and more but just angry, like you're furious that their big moment is being taken over by this drama queen over here. I think since Elminster's watching Harkon, you see him, he just starts striding towards Lovold and Mystalia.
Yeah. Remember I said I have my psionics ready?
Yes, you did say that.
oh, nice.
What you doing?
Well, here's the thing.
I'll get the dice ready.
No, it's how much things have changed.
What are you looking to do?
Yeah.
Are you holding him in place?
Yes.
So telekinesis.
Okay.
Yeah, that would hold him in place. Okay. I'm going to have him make a strength save. What is your spell save DC?
DC 19.
DC 19.
Intelligence.
Yeah, it will be based off your intelligence.
Yeah.
All right. And that is psionics, not magic. All right.
It is a 3.
The psionics wrap around him as you kind of see him like look down. And he realizes kind of like something. He doesn't know what's going on. He knows there's something's going on. He can connect the dots. Like, okay, well, what's changed between before and after Elminster and a bunch of people showed up? Thus, he roars and he snaps himself out of the telekinesis.
Go down. I was just going to rock at him at the ceiling.
Just as a quick question, is this silvery barbsable?
No.
Okay.
Nice try.
And
legendary.
See his limbs begin to elongate. His neck grows up. Fur sprouts from his body. You see teeth begin to gnash. As he gets down on all fours, a tail sprouts out. His distended limbs crawling out as this spider-like wolf creature howls, and the entire patrons of the bar howl with him. And that will be the end of the session.